Hey guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 13th of July 2018. Today we have a partial solar eclipse happening today, so I'm using the Witch's Tarot because it's got this nice moon on the back. It's a really important eclipse. It's also a new moon in Cancer. So a new moon is when the moon is totally black and it recharges itself. And when it's interrupted by the eclipse, then the effects of that last for about 6 months. So I've made a separate video on that. Check it out to get more information about this day's energy and really how you can make the most of it and also use it for the next 6 months. And let's see what the cards have to say about this day as well. They might add something to it. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. Then we have Death, which is beautifully drawn here, actually. And this boy cheering him on, wow. And then the King of Cups. Okay, so really interesting. First of all, the Nine of Cups is a card that represents abundance, generosity, hopes and dreams being realized, coming true. And really everything in life being wonderful and really feeling good about what you've got. This young woman, it looks like she works in a tavern of some sort and she's pouring wine, but she's doing this for her friends. She's giving them a free round just because she can. She likes to socialize. She likes to express her feelings of joy and satisfaction with life and abundance and how well she's done. She's really at ease in her situation. She's in touch with her feelings. She has positive feelings going on. And her hopes and dreams seem to be realized and everything is complete and finished. So the Nine of Cups is like, okay, I'm done. I've focused on becoming a tycoon in business and I have wanted to get married and I've done both of those things. Tick the box, done, finished. Okay, so this is kind of a final card because it's 9, and 9 in numerology has to do with spirituality and completion. So you've got to a point where certain things have been achieved, and you should give yourself a pat on the back for achieving those things, how far you've come in your life, and how many changes you have made. We don't notice changes that we make for ourselves. If you've gone from being a checkout cashier person to now 10 years later, you're a senior partner in a law firm. To you, that may not seem like a big deal, but for others watching you or who haven't been paying attention and who remember you as a cashier and now suddenly this lawyer walks in, that's going to be like, wow, she's come a long way. So look at yourself and where you are in your life objectively and then celebrate that. Next card is Death. And I think this is my favorite death card I've ever seen. Death is an inexorable force that we cannot argue with or change. Death comes. You can't say, can we delay this? It's not convenient for me right now. That doesn't work. But what's interesting here is that we have this child in black and white, so a duality, holding up a bunch of white kind of... in German, they're called Margeriten. They're these white giant daisy kind of things. And he's holding up, and that represents purity of thought and spirituality. And he's honoring death because death is a spiritual process that completes our lives and that creates a start to a different life. So it is something to be celebrated because it's pure. It's one of those things like birth or giving birth, death. These are the miracles of our lives. These are really the things that we have no control over. So in terms of the reading, the things that have come emotionally and the things that you thought were so important, first of all, you've achieved those things, but those dreams come to an end now. You're done with them. And because you've achieved so much, you now have become the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a court card. The court cards go from page to knight to king and queen. And the page is inexperienced. So a page of cups would be someone who's really struggling with their emotions. And it could be someone who doesn't have coping skills and who uses drugs For example, to manage his feelings, and then he has to realize that drugs aren't the solution and that you have to figure out other ways of coping with your emotions. That's the page. So once he's learned that, he becomes the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups falls madly, deeply in love with someone and is just so melodramatic about it. It's like Romeo and Juliet, you know, the love letter doesn't arrive and he just kills himself out of passion because he just can't take it anymore. It's just so much emotion, it's just too much. And then at other times, he totally doesn't show up emotionally for people at all. Like, someone needs his support, they're going through a tough time, and the Knight of Cups is too focused on himself and his own feelings to help anyone else. The King of Cups has mastered his own feelings. He's sitting there in a beautiful kind of garment here, which is blue and it's got the waves on it. So he's like the ocean king. He's the king of anything to do with emotions, spirituality, creativity, and intuition. That's all under his domain. He's got this purple cloak. That's the intuition, that psychic ability. So the king has mastered the emotions. And because he's mastered the emotions, he isn't selfish anymore. He's got this platform, which is really solid, and the waves can, come up against that, and the tides can go high and low. It makes no difference to him sitting on that throne. He knows his feelings will come and go over time, and he realizes that it's a transient process, and he gets it. He understands. So he's connected to a higher power. He's also connected to his own feelings, which are constantly changing, but he knows how to manage them. And he's the kind of guy you want in your life. This is the kind of man who's secure in himself. He's secure in his sexuality. He doesn't have to play to some stupid sort of outdated gender role. He's loving, he's considerate, he's creative, he's spiritual, he's nurturing, he's self-sacrificing, he's wise, he's connected to the collective unconscious, he's someone who wants the best for you, he's someone who loves you, and he's someone who can make the world a better place by sharing the love and then creating young people who grow up to be emotionally more solid because they've had this person nurturing them and helping them along in life. So the process that you'll notice today is that you let go of some of these hopes and dreams that you've achieved, and that even some that you may not have achieved, and you discard them and you dismiss them, and it is this eclipse which is causing such a huge change, because this death card is like the eclipse because it's interrupted. This hopes and dreams being realized is interrupted, and it's put aside to be replaced by something even greater. The Nine of Cups is a couple of cards away from the King of Cups. So we've got the Nine of Cups, then the Ten of Cups, then we've got the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and King of Cups. So what was that, 3 or 4 cards? There's major emotional intelligence and improvement in a connection with spirituality and being more loving. That is much more heightened in the King of Cups than it is in the Nine of Cups. So the message today is what you dreamt of and achieved in the past, that's all very well, but it's time to look at something different. And it's time to realize how far you've come, and that you have really built a stable platform for yourself, and that you can now, from that platform, be a healer. You can be someone who is a communicative healer or a hands-on healer, or you can be creative and write and draw and be an artist, or you could work intuitively with the tarot or astrology, or just by simply tuning in. And also, the world of spirituality and meditation becomes much easier. So water rules quite a lot of things, and by connecting with a higher power today, you embody the King of Cups. You're able to share all of this loving stuff with the world. And the more you share with other people, the more wonderful kind of new hopes and dreams come in, and you can focus on those moving forward into the future and realize those for yourself. and it's a whole different level. So you're going from one life that you've already accomplished, and that's done now, and you're going to a much greater life that's going to be filled with much more love and much more charitable actions and acknowledgement that you're loving, and people saying thank you and actually having a dialogue and feeling like you're loved and you love people back. And that's what this solar eclipse is about in many ways as well, because it's pulling in Cancer energy, and Cancer is a water sign, and it has to do with the family. It has to do with being nurturing towards those you love, and being really loyal. But it's also creative, it's also spiritual, and it's intuitive. So that's the energy that's being pulled in, and that's why you embody the King of Cups today, because you're full of Cancerian energy. And by tuning into your feelings and imagining them as dolphins, let's say each one of your ideas is a dolphin jumping through the ocean there. Today is a day to really let your inner dolphins roam free, and to look at what's my next dream? What's my next accomplishment? What do I want to feel next? Do I want to feel unconditional love from the universe? Yes. Okay, so I'll try different meditation practices and see which one works for me. Do I want to become a great writer? Yes. Okay, I'm going to start writing if I feel confident enough to do that. Or I'm going to channel and do automatic writing, or I'm going to take a writing class. I want to be in a relationship. Okay, yes, I want to be in a relationship, so I am going to go out and look for people who I'm interested in and see if there's a spark. I'll get on internet dating. I'll do it whatever way I'm comfortable with. And it's a renewal of your emotional self, and it's an opportunity to put the past to rest, to give yourself a clean slate, and to say, this is where I am now in life. Well done, me. And seriously, like I said before, pat yourself on the back, because you're not the same person you were 5 years ago. You've grown so much. And then to say, these are my new hopes and dreams, and this is what value I can add to the world, and it'll be returned to me. The King of Cups would never harm a fly. He looks strong and beautiful, but that doesn't mean that he would ever harm anyone, and he wouldn't. He's the kind of guy that everyone dreams of. In touch with his feelings, strong, nurturing, loving, caring, all of those things. So for you, it's a wonderful opportunity. Get in touch. Like, I would really either do a new moon ceremony or something, or do a meditation on the new moon and just ask the question, what energy is being pulled in at the moment, or what does this offer me, universe? What have you got to offer me on this day? And just to take some time to align yourself with all of this stuff going on in the sky, because it's really important. It ends something and it gives you a whole new fresh start, and it's super supported. So you can make a decision today that's going to have an impact on the next 6 months and beyond. Number wise, we've got 9, and 1 is 10, and 13 is 23, 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 is about freedom. So you find emotional freedom today within yourself, and you find practical things that you can do in future which will continue to give you emotional freedom, and which allow you to express what you truly feel is important and valuable on the inside, and to express it externally and to share it with the world. That's what you're able to do, and that's how you can fulfill the purpose of the King of Cups, which is to add value to the world and to help and to be loving and to be gentle and kind and to give other people the chance for emotional freedom as well. So it's an amazing day. Please check out the video on the solar eclipse. I'll actually link it in this description. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.